Okay, so just few days back, I got this complaint from one of my contact, and they were having this challenge that somehow few uh, records are not being inserted into that database. So they didn't have any access to the database. So they only assumed that if data is not being properly fed and it is not visible on their dashboard in their report, so something is wrong. So they come to me, and I had to go. I needed to go into the database, and then when I was looking, I found the real cause of the problem. So it was like, wow, it happens again. So let me just try to, because why I'm trying to create this video, because I have seen that many people do this mistake, or even they didn't realize that the kind of mistake they are doing. So let me just create this a routine thing. So first I'm going to create a author table here. Let me create this. Okay, no active connection. So let me just refresh it. And let me also open my editor with this script only. So that way it's much better. Okay, so I'll paste it here. Hmm. So let me create this table. Yeah, it's a success. And now I'm going to create another table. So this was the author table that I'm supposed to use. And then I'm creating a table books where author ID will be a reference to the other table. Let me just create it also. So again, a success. And then I also have some sample data. So I have created these users. So obviously the other ID is auto incremented and primary key. So I don't need to be worried about providing the ID. And let's see if my inserts are working fine for this or not. Everything is going good. So my constraint is even working. So what I'll do that I'll just remove all these okay, or let me create a new, sorry, new SQL editor script just to make things little easier to the eye. And I'm just going to do some experiment here. So okay, so this time I'm going to only try this one insert. Obviously will work okay. And if I have only already added only the three authors, so only 1 2 3 must have been generated. So let me try it with 5. Yeah, so I got the error, so it means my foreign key thing was working fine. So what I have seen in practice, with many people, so many people think that whenever they want to do something uh, in the database with the table, so they what they do that they just rename the existing table. Like they may rename it my backup, or maybe with the date or something, like 23 or something. So that's how they rename. Okay, let me do the persist on it. So table has been renamed. Good. Let's try to insert the book again. Will it work? Yeah, without any issue. But what happens? There isn't any other table as of now. Let's just go back to this, and let's create the author table again. That's how usually they just copy, create a new table and then copy everything. In this case, let me just create it manually. So author table has been created again. So my application, whichever part of my application is using this author table, it will keep working without any issue. And now let me do one thing. that I just want to add a new author. Say, okay, let's name this author new author only. Okay, so I'm just going to insert it successful, and let me just try to view the table, the data. So only one author is there, which is new author, by the way. Okay. So let's go back to my other script because it was the start. So ideally, whatever data is in the table, the person will add this data before that person is renaming it to something else. So original table can also be the same. So in this case, if we will go to the data, so now we have the four authors. So somehow the all IDs etc has been changed. Earlier JK Rowling was one, but now I already have authored someone else. So let me just delete it just to make it exactly look like as it may have been in the initial stage. So let's just uh, create a table, and let's also enter the same sample data. Oh, my mouse. Okay, okay. So in this case, my author table has been created, and let me just take the data again. So all three users, the initial users. So what usually people do that when they want to do anything with the new data table, they just renamed it and just copy the existing data into the another table, and then they name it back to the original one. So that way their application keep running because it is referring to the older name. But what can happen now? Okay, now give me this new example to you. So let me just go back uh, to this place again, and now let me enter a new author. Okay, JKR, let me see, just because we just want to do an example here. Okay, so now four authors are there. Let's just verify. Okay, so our application will keep running without any challenge, without any issue. But what will happen now? Let's just try to do an insert on the book title. And I'm aware that now I have the four authors, and this book may have been written by my new author. Let's try to do this. And what? It is failing. But why it is failing? My author table is fine, and the ID 4 is also there. But then why my script of insert? Why I can't do the insert with new IDs here? If we take a closer look at the error that we get, usually application will not show this error to the dashboard or the user, but these error will be available in your logs etc. And there you can see that the foreign key author ID constraint is failing. So there is some the information here also. Let me just go back to the foreign key here. Let's just take a look in there. Okay, so reference table is, oh my god. So if I rename the table, in that case, the new renamed table will be actually referenced. Why I may have been thinking that I am still using the authors, my application is still using the authors, but my other application where this reference was there, they are only referring to the table, the earlier table which has been renamed, and now everything stopped working. And this is not a bug or something in your ID etc. In fact, this is a documented thing that happens, that foreign key constraint names that point to renamed tables are automatically updated unless there is a conflict. So if you rename a table, it means that your foreign key constraint will also be mapped to the new renamed table. And even if your application may still work with the older name, your all constraint of within your database system will stop working. If there is a new ID or new data, if data is always exactly same, then it works perfectly fine. You even don't notice anything. But moment you add new data into the new table with the older name, things will stop working. So please be aware that if you are doing this to take ad hoc kind of backup etc of your existing tables, then you are running a risk, especially if you use foreign key or other kind of similar kind of constraint in your system. Thank you.